Hi everyone, my name is Christian Eschbach and welcome to another episode of my album reviews. Today we're going to be taking a look at one of two albums I got for Christmas. The very first year I got my CD player is one of the first CDs I got. I've already covered the other one, which was Aerosmith's Permanent Vacation. This one is Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction. Now, this is not the original CD I got. This one here is actually the special anniversary remastered edition. It was also a 2 CD set. So, I'm just going to rip right into this, okay? Because we all know that this is one of the greatest albums of all time, and it's got one of the best track listings of all time, and if you don't know more than just the singles, then there's something wrong with you, but let's move right on. Okay, so right off the bat, very first single, first song I knew from Guns N' Roses, Welcome to the Jungle. Right away, the delivery at the beginning of that song lets you know where you are, where you're going, and how heavy and hard it is going to take you there. These guys were beyond Bad Boys of Rock and Roll when these guys came out, because the Bad Boys of Rock and Roll or whatnot, at that point it was all about the drugs and the groupies and blah, 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 blah. These guys were just music and insanity, chaos, ready to blow apart at the seams at any second. I mean, and you can hear it in the music. The music is just explosive on their debut official album. So, Welcome to My Jungle kicks that off. And right off the bat, you get everything from the killer guitars to Axl's piercing scream. And then when the rest of the rhythm finally starts to kick in, it's like, whoa. And it just takes you off and it goes from there. You know the song. You've heard the song. That is followed up with It's So Easy. Now, this is where they really started getting their legend for being bad boys, because parents heard this and freaked out over the lyrics, okay? Okay, so I should point out, parental advisory, explicit lyrics. This is on here because of bands like Guns N' Roses, okay? And the Parents Coalition for whatever the hell crap they call themselves. And it's because of songs like It's So Easy, when everybody's trying to fucking please me. So, there you go, baby. After that, we go on to Night Train. Night Train is a cheap-ass wine. They make it sound so badass that I'm sure the publicity and the stocks in that company just shot through the roof. I almost hope that it's not made anymore because of the legends behind it, but at the same time, I kind of hope it is. I've never had it. What are you going to do, right? Night Train, though, musically, it's just nonstop. Like, they give you they compare being on this alcohol to being fully loaded diesel train, man. Just going down the tracks and, what are you going to do? After that, we're on to Out to Get Me. All right. Another song that was all about the band in their life and everybody out to get me. And once again, self-fulfilling prophecy, because the parents were all out to get him after this one because you ain't fucking innocent. No. Sorry, I'm having a little camp with this one, but this is an album you can have a little camp talking about because this is one of the greatest friggin' albums of all time, okay, right? After that, we go into Mr. Brownstone. Now, Mr. Brownstone, while being a very serious subject about heroin addiction and whatnot, it is a killer song with such a killer hook and groove that just gets you going and makes you want to move and do your thing. Oh my God. This is one of those things that made heroin sound sexy and they never should have, even though the lyrically it's not. I used to do a little bit of Little Wit and doing a little got more and more, All right, so following that up, we have Paradise City. Paradise City. What am I going to say about Paradise City that hasn't been said before? I'm not going to quote other people. I'm not going to even try and describe it. We all know that it's Paradise City, and Paradise City is a brilliant, backhanded compliment to LA and the LA lifestyle, okay? I mean, it really is just absolutely everything that was great and wrong with the LA glam scene all at the same time. That is Paradise City. And it is wrapped up in a great music number. From there, we go on to My Michelle. My Michelle is one of those songs that has its own histories, legacies, stuff like that. You can go read about it everywhere online if you want to know the story about it. It is a wonderful song, but it helps cement the fact that Guns N' Roses lyrically are awesome, but at the same time, their truthful poeticness did not fly over well with parents. You know, it just, what are you going to do, right? Think About You follows that. Think About You might be the only song on the album I don't overly listen to myself. It's not a bad song, it's a good tune. Good tune. But it is probably this album's one filler track. It's not really a filler, it's too good to be a filler, but you know, it's an album cut. And then we go on to Sweet Child of Mine. Sweet Child of Mine. Everything I have ever read says whatnot. This song is one of the greatest jokes ever. You know, the legend is Izzy brought this song with him. Axl loved this song. Izzy hated this song. Izzy said Slash make him not want to do this song. Slash lays down what we now know as the guitar solo intro to one of the greatest rock and roll songs of all time. A song that nobody in the band was particularly impressed with to start with. That is history. It is, to me, also the most overrated song on this album. But it's still a great song. It is, really it is. After that, you go on to You're Crazy. You're Crazy is just another one of those songs where parents go, whoo, and everybody else goes, yeah! You know, we just all got excited and nuts. Anything Goes. Holy crap, man. Wow. Anything Goes, whoo, my way, your way, anything goes tonight. That just says it all, man. That's, you know. And then we finish up the album with my favorite song, which is Rocket Queen, which is definitely, you know, another one for pissing off the parents. I should point out it was an aunt that bought me this for Christmas, if I remember correctly. And it was a very good choice. Lyrically, well, you know, but I had forward-thinking parents and whatnot. It is. Come on, folks. We all know it's one of the greatest albums of all time. If you don't already have it in your collection, just go buy the damn thing. From there, I am going to go on to the second disc because this is the special anniversary edition, okay? So that's why I kind of plowed through the first part. Everybody knows the first part. The second part is a combination of Lies, the Lies album. So because I bought this digitally remastered package here, I don't ever have to buy a digitally remastered copy of Lies because everything on here, including all the bonus material on the second album, has been digitally remastered. So the Lies album is included on here, both the original acoustic tracks and the live tracks. There is also a few previously unreleased tracks on here, more than just a few, actually. There's about half of it is previously unreleased. So, the Lies album, first representation, Reckless Life, Nice Boys, Move to the City, and Mama Kid. Now, these are all supposed to be live tracks. I've also heard accounts where they're not live tracks and they were recorded really fast in the studio, like single takes, so it sounded as live as possible, and then a live audience was put over top afterwards. On this particular album, only Move to the City is listed as actually being live. So, take what you like from that. The 4 songs are great songs. Reckless Life, I'm kind of surprised never really made it onto an official recording, but at the same time it's kind of cool that it never made it onto an official recording that way. Nice Boys, same thing, never made it onto an official recording, but This Way works. And the other thing I like about This Way is it sounds very much like an Aerosmith song, like if Aerosmith were performing live, and it's really cool. I really dig it. I really get into it. Move to the City. I love Move to the City. Move to the City has got to be one of my absolute favorite songs off of the original Lies album. I love it on here. I love that it's digitally remastered. It has got such a great horn section to it. Just great tune. And it's another one where it really sounds like you can hear the Aerosmith influence. You really can. And speaking of Aerosmith, their cover of Mamakin. GNR does a great version of it. I'm not going to say anything. Next is a live version of the song Shadow of Your Love. I don't know why Shadow of Your Love has never really been included in anything before. I think it's a great song. It really is. Like, this is the first time I had ever heard it is when I picked up this double album. And I don't understand why. It should have been released years before somewhere else. It was just it's a really strong song on its own. From there, we get into what are called the 1986 Sound City Sessions. You can view these basically as the demo versions of these songs. From that, you get Welcome to My Jungle, Night Train, Out to Get Me, Paradise City, and My Michelle. Those songs are... It's great to hear the original demo versions, to hear where the song started from and where they progress from there. Welcome to the Jungle is one of the ones where you can clearly hear the definitive progression from where it originally was to what it became afterwards. This album, when it was produced, was brilliantly done to capture the hard, rough edge of the band and to get that explosive element that was ready to blow at any time. Whereas these demos here sound like a band in the studio trying to get it just right so they have the perfect blueprint for later on. After that, we go into an actual studio version of Shadow of Your Love. And once again, I am back to this is a great song. It really should have been released well before this. I really kind of upset that it never was. But once again, fantastic song. Then we go into It's So Easy Live, which is great. Version of Knocking on Heaven's Door Live, which is fantastic. A version of Whole Lotta Love Live. After hearing this version of Whole Lotta Love, I understood why they grabbed Axl Rose to fill in for Bon Scott and AC/DC when they pulled Bon Scott out. It was not my cup of tea, but this version of it made it totally understandable. It's like, okay, well, no, now it makes sense to me. And there, after that, we go into the second half, or the acoustic tracks out of the Lies album. We get Patience, first is You're Crazy, the acoustic version. I love it. Crazy is just great. It really is. The acoustic version, is it necessary? No, but it's fun. Then we go into Patience. Patience, everybody knows Patience. It is the most overplayed Guns N' Roses song after Sweet Child of Mine. I believe, helped perform it live even. I'm not a fan of it myself, but, it gets people going. Used to Love Her. Okay, I have a sentimental part in my heart for Used to Love Her, especially now. The legend behind this song is Izzy Stradlin actually wrote it about his dog when she passed away and whatnot. Over the years, the band caught a lot of shit because it's misogynistic sounding. It sounds like, a guy buried his wife. But I hope the true story is about Izzy Stradlin and having to bury his dog. And unfortunately, after my dog passed away, one of the ways I got through the therapy of it is I actually started practicing within my own band, Used to Love Her, and doing it on a regular basis. We never got a recording of it, never really got to play it live, but, it's one of those things that it's got warmth, It's a love song. Different type of love song. And then we finish off with an acoustic version of Move to the City. I like the acoustic version, too. The acoustic version's pretty rockin', pretty good. Gets you going. Whole lot of fun times, it really is. Anyways, pick it up. If you don't have the digitally remastered, totally from the original analog tapes, go get it. It is worth getting. They really fix everything. It jacks everything up. This is the remastered album you want to have, even if you, like me, and you've actually bought two. Oh, no, sorry. This would be my third copy of this, of the Appetite for Destruction album. The first one I got for Christmas got worn out because it got played so regularly and so often and beat up. Eventually bought a replacement copy, and then a while after I bought the replacement copy, I stumbled into this when I picked this one up. I don't mind. It's Appetite for Destruction. Anyways, so as usual, leave your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button. Hit subscribe for notifications. Otherwise, I love you all. Peace and take care.